Hello. I hesitated to use the word gross, but I came to this topic out of need because it was killing me. I felt all those awful feels, and I'm just calling it gross. I mean, we know gross, right? We know gross. And I'm not saying that somebody is gross just because they went with your narcissist. We all know gross, and it comes to mind, and we ask ourselves a million times, okay, if we've deemed the person gross, not just because they're with the narcissist. We'll get into why would they leave us for that? Who's somebody who's just gross? To me, that means how someone lives. There are black and white choices in life that are undeniably icky. There are bums. There are people without jobs. There are people that are bad parents. There are people that are bad spouses. And I'm not saying if you don't have a job, you're a bum. You might be between jobs, looking for jobs. I didn't mean to indicate that. But you have people that just want to not really add much to the world. I'm trying to be as kind as I can. They don't take care of themselves. We know types. They're just yuck. And then we see them choose these people. And we wonder why. How on earth did they choose them over me? Over our life together that we've built. Because you know it's a fantastic life. People see it's a great life. Why would he leave all that for that? I can tell you why. I know why. They need to date what they feel is down from them and you to get away from your winningness for a minute. To breathe. Because they're envious and they can't exist in a world where they know they can't add anything. They certainly can't, at the moment that they do this, I think they know they can't add equal to you, let alone more than you. Maybe they're gross. Maybe they're the bum. Maybe they're the yucky person as well. And so they go out and they find someone that they feel big with. They add zero value to your already fabulous life. In fact, they just take, and they know that. So they have to kind of be with someone now. They feel like they're going to give something to this person. They're going to just love me. I'm going to give them stuff they've never seen. I'm going to, whatever, take her to dinner, or whatever, the new supply, whoever they're doing, whatever they're doing with, they're going to feel like the big person now. And that's what they're after. So they may pick someone who feels like the slightest little thing the narcissist gives to them will be the biggest thing. We just talked about that. They might take the slightest little tiniest and be so appreciative. The narcissist needs that right now. I just told you not to do it anymore. So they have to go get it. Just because I was telling you in the last video, don't do that. Expect more, demand more. Just because I told you that doesn't mean they're not going to still try it. So the person that they're going to feel like a big man because they accepted their, $3 7-Eleven rose that they grabbed when they were getting gas and cigarettes. They need to feel like the star right now. Or to feel with someone who is at their level. The new may have nothing to give them either, but they're attractive to them at the moment because they need an ego trip. Maybe the less the new has and the yuckier they are, the bigger the ego trip they're on because now they feel they're going to turn this person's life around. They've never got the attention I'll bestow upon them. Then they'll really feel like a prince. Remember, when they make you feel fantastic in the love bombing, they do that for themselves. Because they're making you see them in a certain way, and then you're going to treat them that way. You're going to treat them like a king if they make you feel like they are. That benefits them. So they need to feel like the star. They need to be with somebody who is going to make them feel that way. You're worthy. You are exquisite. Why would they entertain going there? I still don't understand. I don't understand. They go to that place, that cheesy, that place, that yucky place. Let's just say it, trash. Why? Why do they go into this seedy world? It might even be like a seedy world, full of mischief and debauchery. And you can't wrap your brain, and you wonder how they could choose that. And you know, if you're not gross, you know it. And you know it, even a little if you are. You definitely know if you're just a gross person, I think. And they seek somebody lesser than in their mind to help them with their loserness that your life made them feel. And to allow them the chance to control some situation somewhere. They feel out of control with you right now. Things are too good. That can happen. Right? They started to realize that they can't just catch the good. They actually have to put work into it and effort. It takes work to catch, to get the good and maintain the good. You can't just catch it. They're starting to realize that they're getting uncomfortable. They need something easy for a minute. They need to breathe. They need to relax. If they got inside, like mine did, because I had a moment of lower self-love, okay, so we have to get it back. That's not your fate. My fate wasn't this narcissist, just because I let him get in. He caught me in a state of vulnerability. Once I got my mojo back and saw, it was really hard to unsee. And once you see them, this is when they'll start the process of devalue. So if you're living your magnificent life, they have to make themselves feel better about themselves, and they have to devalue you. What better way to do that? Oftentimes, this will involve them choosing someone who doesn't have it together, who has low self-esteem, and she has an open self-love hole. They have to feel better about themselves, so they go after who they think will make them feel like God. The exact goodness in you that attracted them is now making them uncomfortable. It became too much. The poor little darlings. And you know, you say it to yourself over and over, but why would he leave me for that? They need power. They want to feel like a king. Well, I make them feel like a king. No, it's too happy. It's too good. You're fabulous. They don't feel fabulous. They're full of self-hatred. On a perpetual level. It's a chronic condition. So all this says about you is that you were too good of a bucket of too good chicken. A huge bucket. Delicious chicken. And you know it. And he knows it. And I'm not calling one human better than another. I'm not. But they need a person right now that they see is lesser than themselves. Or the same. But certainly open to be regaled. It's a new set of ears. They can tell that person they are whoever they want to be. They can sell themselves in any way they want to be. I won't be challenged here. I'll hang out here for a bit and relax. I won't get questioned. They'll just be appreciative of everything. The narcissists aren't aware of why they're doing it. They just think they need spice. Variety. A little space from the misses. They date down from you to help their ego rise up. And again, no one is down from another. But behaviorally, life choices can certainly be superior to somebody else. Again, I'm trying to be kind so as to not list specifics. But your definition of trashy. Use your definition of gross in terms of what that would mean in a living situation of a person. How they keep themselves, how they live, the choices they're making. The person they choose may have a drinking problem, a drug problem, a fidelity problem of their own. They may not even be cute. Let's just say it. They may be broken. They may be broke. They may be promiscuous. They may be, we're shocked. We're shocked. I get it. I do. I get the question. How could we hear it all the time? How could they leave? Why? And you have your friends propping you up if you've shared it. Oh, you're so much better than her. Don't let it bother you. That should not even be a topic of conversation. You know why? It has nothing to do with you. There's no comparing. And I don't mean there's no comparison because she's gross or he's gross. I mean it is an incomparative situation. There's nothing about the two that in their mind they're comparing them. They needed this, the good over here. This became too much. They needed this. They needed it. They needed to date down or equal to them, is how I like to think of it, because they're not all that. And so the remarkable nature of yourself may sometimes force them to go and gravitate towards someone that would take less effort. And I don't mean that they put in any effort into you being remarkable. What I mean is they don't have to do anything if they go find someone that is lesser than. And I don't mean any of us are lesser than anybody else, but I'm saying who is not, gross versus not gross. Your definition I'll allow you to come up with for gross. But gross is a thing. We all know gross people. And we wonder why they choose gross people over us. It's a question. I'll let you come up with what's gross. But the point is we're shocked, and I want to make sure that you understand not to spend any time toiling with, but I just don't understand why would he leave. It doesn't matter what you were or how perfect you were. It doesn't matter. They are going to do, behave, reach out, and exist with what they want. Their needs at the time have to be met. I do everything for him, though. You're not listening to me. They need someone who is revering them. I do revere him. He wants somebody new. And somebody who he regards as, he might pick gross on purpose, knowing they'll be so grateful they don't get attention from somebody else. He figures they don't have him lined up out the door. There's going to be no effort in getting this one. Right? All of those reasons. They're going to be easy. It's going to be easy to be around them. You don't even have to do or say anything. With you, they got to have their game on. They got to come up with conversation. They have to be on. They have to look a certain way, probably, or whatever. I don't mean a certain way, but I mean you want them showered. You want them not gross. You know what I mean? Don't take it to mean anything to do with you. The choices that the narcissist makes are for what they need at the time. Don't have it reflect on you, good or bad. It has nothing to do with you, the choices that they make. So after you, around you, while they're with you, whatever. Has zero to do with you. In their mind, they'll make it about you or something you didn't do. But it has nothing to do with you. They needed gross. For any of the reasons I just mentioned, and there are a million more. Still marvel. I do. You see it happen in life. You're like, oh my God, he left her for her. There could be more to it.